Don't kill my mother. Hi guys, welcome to another reaction review video. My name is Nina Schofield and we're going to be having a listen to Sigrid's new album. This is an album I have been quite excited about for a long time. Sigrid is a really talented new artist and all of her single releases so far have been amazing. Very different. She has a really nice rasp to her voice and there's a lot of talent coming from Norway at the moment, and I think that Sigrid is one of the best new pop stars that we have. So let's get straight into it and start with the first track, which is Sucker Punch. I love that sound, it's like a game. The thing that's cool about this song straight from the off is the use of delays in some parts and then the really dry, like no reverb parts that are side by side. I think it's great. That sounds. This chorus is great because it hits you right here. Why is my lighting so weird? This is like, can you guys see me okay? I feel like I'm blurring out. Yeah, it hits you and it hits you in a great way. This is the kind of chorus that you're like, wait, what? The chord movements below this section are great, and I also like the melody movement where she's going, I'm scared, da, 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 which just introduces you to Sigrid's kind of squeak in her voice, I guess you could call it. Great movement. And this feels like we're kind of melting. Can you hear the huge snare? I've said in my videos before, the way you get a big snare sound is putting a really heavy reverb on it. So if it was a kind of dry hit, it just wouldn't sound the same. But because there's this big reverb, it goes psh. It's very good. And this guitar comes in. I like the way they're not putting too many melodies into this section, you know, it's just gone straight into the same sucker punch, round and round and round, but with this beautiful guitar movement and just the chords, sort of the space in the chords, you know. I've got to sort this lighting out. I'm really sorry guys, I am trying. I don't know what's going on today, I just look like an egg. And we've got the vocoder here, but also a harmony. That's a great movement because you're expecting it to come straight back in, but actually she just makes you wait a little bit longer and exposes the extremely cool raspy quality of her voice in that section. Back to that bass sound we had in the intro. Something about the way you and I fit down at the harbour and we dance in the dark, don't know what you said. The movement of this in terms of the rhythm feels like we're having a few bars that aren't. So this is a da, 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 da. I think we've got 4/4, but there's a couple of 3/4 bars in here. Am I right? I don't know. This is just my first thought. That is nice. Yes. 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 Okay. Oh, hit chorus. This should be a single. The hey, that grabs you straight off. 'Cause you're mine right now. That's a great melody. This is kind of giving me Haim vibes, a little bit of a Haim style. I think it's the triplet movement we've got in the bass as well. There was a sort of shh and a nice guitar ringing out over the beginning of that section. That was beautiful. I've got the pop chills. This is a fantastic song. I like the lyrical premise of this song as well. You know, it suits the music. So she's talking about, you know what, doesn't matter if we're not going to end up together. In the moment, we're together. And the sort of, hey, man, I don't mind if it suits it. Heaviness of that bass. And we've got a new introduction of a sort of glistening synth that's come in. I'm so sorry, I still look like an egg. Look at that! Oh! Oh! Phil Collins, Phil. in the drums, back to our chorus there, but also 80s breakdown. I love that kind of stuff. So Haim, isn't it? That backing vocal. Yes, very heavily influenced. It's cool to hear that synth. It's quite bouncy, isn't it, that synth? Great. Next is basic. Basic. It's opening. Okay. It's almost childlike, that. Oh, welcome to the bass.
Am I crazy?
It's cool that we had this big build in the intro and then it all dropped out and it's just this acoustic guitar and her and a little bit of a sort of warm synthy sound going on. Very echoey.
I get too close. I know I'm already exposed. So are you feeling stupid too?
Love the drum pattern, just a kick drum.
If you feel it, don't change it. Ooh, I wanna be back.
Yeah, so we've got this, I'm just saying, on the, I don't know why I did that, but it's a tambourine. I should have gone like that, but it doesn't really look right, does it? Which to me is a little bit Florence and the Machine.
Can I be basic with you?
So we've got her lead line, can I be basic with you? Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. But we've also got this going on in a synth. So it's almost like there are two lead hooks together. That's the bit I'm picking up on. Layers of vocals. Got our piano here as well.
There's no way.
Can you hear our drum beat? Bum, bum, ch, bum, bum, ch. That's happening. It's kind of building. I think it started off really muted and it's coming to the forefront of the mix. Definitely.
To control it. Let's be
is that the vocal from her demo? That sounds like someone has filmed her on a phone or something, or recorded on a phone, and that sounds like the demo vocal. Very nice touch.
Can I be basic with you? Can I be basic with you?
Great song. Just you and I. We all know this song. Very dark, isn't it, this intro?
Just like in the movies.
But her vocal's so
It
bright.
starts to rain.
Can you hear the ting, ting? Very delicately placed into the mix.
Touch is just a touch. Like strangers.
Who knew this was coming when they first heard it? This is the best bit. I love this song because it really goes where you don't expect it to. It's so heavy. That bass line hitting in that chorus there. She introduces the main melody and then she does it again, but this time she's like, listen to this. Can you hear where she says head over heels? There's a vocal that they've placed it above the whole of that, which is a sort of real echo on it, a real delay and echo. So you almost can't hear it. It almost sounds like a percussive element or something, but it's definitely a vocal. We've got a clap as our snare.
When the curtain drops, like strangers.
And of course there we just come straight into that heavy chorus, whereas before the idea of the melody was introduced and then we had the heaviness. Now it's just like, get to it, blah 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 blah. It's very rhythmic, that. Can you hear all the different I want to say like it's like a game sound, Game Boy sound or whatever, Nintendo sort of that's surrounding the instrumental parts of this song. Rhythmic melody again. And you can hear that delay, so she has her just you and I, and then there's this distorted just you and I fading out to the end of that song. That was a terrible example of what it sounds like. Next is Don't Feel Like Crying, which was her most recent release.
I know I should be
That intro makes me feel like I'm listening to a Carly Rae Jepsen song. That bass just moves in there. And it adds a warmth, I think. It's interesting that she starts with the heavy chamber strings, but she takes them out in this pre-chorus. I assume to make the chorus have more of an impact, because if you've got too much going on already, it's kind of like, well, where is the chorus? Because they're back now. I do think that that chorus is quite understated. If I didn't know it was the chorus, I'd think, well, perhaps it's the middle eight or the... Yeah, I just think that they did the right thing in terms of the arrangement of the song to take out those strings and put them back in here. Of course, now I've listened to the song loads, I love it, and I know it's the chorus, and obviously it's a great catchy melody, but on first listen, I think you need the arrangement to show you. That snare, super tight. And this section, again, a very rhythmic vocal, almost rapping, essentially. I mean, she's talking, but I like that, it's quite conversational. Listen to that delay. Can you hear the cello sound underneath there? It's quite low in the mix, but it's there. The fact that she brings that back in is very Sigrid. There's a kind of continuity between other tracks where she brings in different little melodies that she's had throughout the song towards the end of the song. Delay, 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 delay.
In your house,
Ooh,
got my
intimate.
suitcase 'cause I'm heading out, hanging in the midnight air. Time is
No
short,
reverb
so
on her vocal.
nothing to say is gonna push me away.
That synth that they've got almost has a reverse sound to it. Or an old fairground. Oh! This song is obviously quite intimate and a little more of a stripped back album track. But what's interesting about it is the introduction of instruments suddenly, and weird things as well.
In my mind, wasted so
That's what that
much
sounds like.
effort.
Oh, melty, very melty. I do feel like I'm at a carnival. This could be in a horror movie. Really could. Interesting outro. Huh, and then her vocal comes back into focus. I'm an egg. Oh! Are we on a travel documentary?
It's a lonely
There's a lot of tapping.
waving you goodbye.
Did I not just say, are we on a travel documentary? And then she says, it's a lonely feeling, waving you goodbye. Someone's going on a journey. This is a very different kind of song. Everything's dropped out there, except for that melody on the piano. Can you hear her higher vocal on the top there? So she's singing her sometimes she's got a da or something like that on the top. I love those chamber strings. It's cool we have that dum 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 going on something that isn't the vocal as well. That movement in the chords, I swear, it should be on a... I don't know, it takes me back actually. I feel like I'm being taken back in time. I have to say, I actually think that dun 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 is possibly catchier than her lead vocal. That's the bit that I'm getting in my brain. Bit of a breakdown. Oh! Did you hear that gong sound? Sounded like the kind of Asian... I can't remember what it's called, the instrument. But it gives you that... cymbal sound. And we're ending with this. See, this is very catchy.
all seems crazy how we got this far. There's something about you that felt pretty good that I can't see anymore.
Cool that we're just on the electric guitar and her vocal, her higher vocal. Softer as well.
Should've known, but I got stuck here in your arms. But you were gone and this
Development in
the one I tried.
oh, haha. So there's a development in the guitar part, but also they're holding the bass note of the chord whilst they change the movement on top, which gives you a feeling of suspense.
Just stay if you don't mean it.
Now we're in strumming instead of picking.
We'll just leave it.
You can hear that her voice is getting a bit more emotional in this song. I like it when she opens out and her raspiness comes through, even on a song like this where it's a bit more intimate. Especially there. And just on that bit, suddenly we have a really nice reverb. Before, in the verses, not so much. It was very intimate, but now it's like... whoosh. Did you hear that? Just a vocal of hers, but with a real big heavy reverb on it again. A little touch of something extra.
To all the alarms in my mind that were telling me to go.
And she's got her harmony on now, very far back in the mix. What? What? Okay, she got me. I did not see that coming. The direction this is going in, is it going to get even bigger? Synths and things? Yes, it is. Unexpectedly, we have gone into classic Sigrid territory. Nice. Do you hear that? It's a sort of a triplet effect on that makes you feel like you're falling slightly. Cool that we have so much going on in the drum pattern. That's what my attention is being drawn to, because you've got this dum a ch a dun a ch, but then suddenly dun sh dun sh dun sh da 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 da, which is a really great way of introducing movement without overdoing it.
Won't give my heart in vain.
And then she's gone back to how she was in the intro. Oh, Don't Kill My Vibe, my first ever Sigrid song that I heard and loved.
You shot me down, you lack the control.
Do you hear that bum 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 movement underneath?
You feel threatened by me.
I think that this song is about her being told what to do by someone, or she's working with someone who doesn't quite understand that she's young, but she knows what she's doing, which is something I've come up against as well. So I totally understand what she's talking about in this song. I think it's why I latched onto it. That is a hit chorus. You hear that bass? And it's great that now in the chorus we have that I try to play it nice, but it's so straight to the point and hard hitting, and there's this great gravel and distortion on that vocal that really hits hard. Clapping. That's all you need with this. What's great about this bit is that we still have the claps. They're further back in the mix now, and this sort of swirling movement is coming in with the synths. It's cool that we still have that. I try to play those, but again, it's another example of her taking melodies that she introduces later on in songs and then introducing them again right at the very end.
Don't kill my vibe.
Very big reverb.
Oh, you just want me to be sweeter, better, angel.
What was that? Wait, oh, what a weird sound they're using as their kind of drum kit.
You just want me to be pictures, numbers.
There's also a synth. What is it? There are a lot of these sounds on this album that are taking me to 90s video games, and whatever that is takes me there.
On my own.
Okay,
My head from the moment I wake up.
so even though we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, it still has this bomb, bomb, ch, ch, a bum bum, which almost makes you think that it's kind of like a waltz, but it can't be because it's not in 3/4. Can you hear the going on? It's quite magical. That's the catchy bit. You just want me to be, even though it's called Business Dinners. There's so many things going on. Ooh, na, 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 na. There's lots of different vocals, and some of them are rhythmic and some of them are melodic. That synth sounds following her here. You just want me to be. Does that make you think of a record that's either been scratched and reversed, or they've got some paper and they've screwed it up in a ball and they've recorded that and then they've put that through some processes and it's become... That's how my mind works. How about you? Snare, 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 snare.
I don't wanna lose a friend. You make it hard to feel okay.
I can already tell this is going to have a great chorus and probably going to be one of my favourite songs on this record. I don't even need to listen past the first 19 seconds to know that. Very nice melodic movement there. Can you hear everything's building up? It's opening out. We're going to come to a big open chorus. Yes! Okay, yeah, I love this. I knew I would. So this again gives me Haim style vibes. I think again with this chorus, it shows you that you don't have to have big explosive melodies for it to be a great chorus hook. That snare, it's not big, but it's the right snare for this song. I think this song gives me feelings of nostalgia. For what? I do not know. Lots of swirling. Oh, nice. Wasn't expecting a no reverb. Again. Build again. Just like the intro. See you all the time. Oh, we're fading out. Great, yes. Yes, I agree, that should be a fade out. Yes, I'm very much into that song. I knew I would be. There's a vibe that comes from certain songs that I love, and that one had it from the beginning. It's nice just having that piano, isn't it? It feels like an end of album song. Oh, I wish we had a common view. You can hold, but I'm on my way out now. Yeah, this is very delicate and I think has captured something significantly different to the other 11 tracks on the album. You're safe as a mountain, but know that I'm dynamite. For better or for worse. I love that note bend. The gravelly tone. You're safe as a mountain. Dun, 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 dun. Great movement on the piano. I think that particular phrase of music, if you'd never heard of Sigrid before and someone played you just that little bit, you'd say, who is that? You can hear everything that her voice has to offer just in that little section, I think. What a fantastic way to end the album. Leaves you feeling peaceful. I feel peaceful. I think that Sigrid's voice is a storytelling voice. She has a sort of richness to it that's way beyond her years, and she's able to deliver these songs in a really unique way, and in a way that really affects you as a listener. So I think that's why she's grabbed such a core, strong audience, because people really can hear the pain in her voice, can hear the emotion, can hear everything that they need to hear from an artist to have a connection with them. And this set of songs is killer. I mean, it's killer. So my favourite ones, my favourite one was Nevermine, and I really liked Sight of You and Mine Right Now. singles aside, I'm kind of leaving them aside because I love them all, but those are my favourite 3, I think, from the record. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments box below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button, turn on the little bell, a ding dong, and you will see my future videos. Okay guys, love you so much. I will see you again very soon. So sorry about the lighting problems. Okay, bye. Love you, bye. Bye.